Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, host Imperial Dane, featuring today a 1 versus 1 on Kholodny Ferma. Again, this time another exciting match right here, right now, between Alt of the 100th Jaeger Division going up against Putin of the 11th Guards Rifle Division. Going to be a bit of a brutal fight here as well today. Already here the infantry company is going up, and already the first grenadier squad is arriving for Alt. Points are being secured swiftly and deftly. Troops moving northwards as well there for Alt, so looks like he's going to focusing on more of a northwards thrust. Whereas we do see that Mr. Raz is heading more of a southern bound path, although of course he might also hit the centre. Again, he will much quicker get some troops out in the field and be able to seize ground much faster. I mean, he's already got 1 point, and there we go. Southern path definitely seems more likely there for Raz. And also note they're quickly retreating right after securing that point right there, getting a few points, getting some troops out. Likely a bit of a plan. Initially getting something out and then perhaps rushing back to build something. Definitely an interesting strategy there being applied to Raz. Certainly better than building something first and then getting the troops. Usually want some ground first before even building structures. And also note again how Raz basically oozes his troops away. Pioneers continue heading north, Grenadiers heading towards the centre, and MG42 arriving. Also, we will be getting a patch later today, which will in fact, amongst other things, increase the sizes of the German support teams of this MG42s, mortars, packs, and so on. Also of note is it will actually make the German mortar fire faster. Soviet mortars will fire slower. The regular one, though, only in barrage. Maxim will also receive a few changes. Scout cars will have a 50% chance of basically killing the crew, so will half-tracks, if there's any inside when it blows up. So that of course is also vital to remember. And then some other minor changes, but I imagine they're more cautious about, again, basically increasing the sizes of the German support teams. So of course we'll have to see how that one's going to work out. Pioneers versus conscripts up here in the north, finding a way into each other. Although the conscripts will likely overpower, but we are seeing the MG42 crew sort of wanting to secure the missions, wanting to support the pioneers at the same time, so Alt is a bit unsecure. We are seeing the Grenadiers going to hit up as well here. Smaller force to the south. He needs to be a bit careful with these Grenadiers. They could get overwhelmed by the Bolshevik hordes. But we do, of course, see that the Special Rifle Command is up already. Pioneers held up a bit. MG42 sitting up closer. Conscripts almost having the point. And there we go. MG42 firing away quickly, suppressing the Soviets. And there we go. Grenadiers catching the conscripts down south as well. Scout car is out for Raz, the M3A1. Ready. And then we're going to secure the northern victory point. Alt clearly having the lead right there for the time being, although of course that can easily change. Such are the fortunes of war. And then we've got another Grenadier squad on the way. Raz being a bit blasted. Also noting Jaeger Infantry Doctrine, Joint Operations, and Spearhead Doctrine. Grenadiers moving down south, coming under fire there from the scout car. More Grenadiers going to move in, likely open fire there. Firing away with the 50 caliber, already having killed a Grenadier, by the way. And there we go, the conscripts are on the run, having taken severe losses and only inflicting 1 Grenadier loss. And of course at the same time Alt having made a great move here, cutting off the entire southern resource half for Raz, and also setting up an MG42 in the nearby building to provide support. Looks like he's on the mission of trying to hunt down that scout car, which has not gotten any troops with flamethrowers in it at the moment. So pretty bold work, and there we go, Panzerfaust impacting on the scout car. Rifle grenade, oh, flew and didn't do much. Going to like to try and get off another Panzerfaust. Grenadiers are not doing too well, rushing into the house though for safety, security. Snipers out for Raz. And then we've got the scout car is out of control. The engine block is on fire. A final tour of death. Gaining veteran to 1 in its final throws. It looks like a Grenadier squad, a conscript squad, I mean, could be lost for Ras right there. A blow to the Soviet Union. Communists getting pinned to the ground. Sniper continues to fire away through those tiny windows.
Attention, squad! We have been promoted!
But Alt getting in some nice work right there. Scout car rushing up, likely going to... Oh, not bombing in. Oh, rifle grenade there. Very close, very close. Rifle grenades quite effective against snipers if you can catch them. In this case, though, Raz was swift enough to dodge them. And I mean, if you can catch a sniper squad with 20 munitions, then you're definitely well off. And it's always worth it. Always if you get them that way. In fact, it's one of my favourite ways to try and catch a sniper. That's basically rifle grenades. And it's certainly helped by true sight, where you can then sort of try and sneak someone up from an angle where they can't see you doing it.
The enemy is attempting to steal our
Heading
sector.
north. And the MG42 continues to dominate, but Alt needs to be careful. In fact, looks like he's ready to pull it back. Snipers coming into the scout car.
Forces increase.
And we are seeing a German scout car out there for Alt. Might upgrade it to help deal with the Soviet one, which he will probably be expecting to have a sniper in it. Panzer Grenadiers on the way here for the Jaegers. A Jaeger Division basically being a light infantry division, more specialised in attacking. They did not have so much heavy equipment, so they were not that suited towards defence. But they were generally more mobile than your regular infantry division as well, though. So there were some things there. Another Grenadier down. Scout car upgrading, there we go, ready to take on the Soviet, but actually staying at a decent range. And there we go, flamethrower comp engines pushing up as the conscript squad continues to do a bit of havoc. And there we go, Guards infantry arriving for Ras. Anti-tank rifle forcing away the German scout car. Panzer Grenadiers arriving, Grenadiers finally forced out of the premises. And now Ras is once more applying pressure to the German front line. Moving up with snipers, guards and other fun bits. We're going to force Mr. Alt here to reinforce a bit.
Enemy engaging!
And there we go, conscript caught here by the Panzer Grenadiers already. Boris bites the dust. Might try and make a few more into the house, and there we go, quick bundle grenade. Oh, right at the door. And actually they get out of the other door then, so that didn't quite work out as well. Scout here, some of the Guards infantry. Though then again, the Guards infantry could stop the armoured car. Definitely had a bit of trouble with these conscripts in the house. Panzer Grenadiers doing their best, but obviously not having much success. And a Pioneer squad likely to go down either from the scout car or the sniper, or both. And there we go, Pioneer squad wiped out. Conscripts here definitely proving a huge nuisance to Alt. MG42 setting up.
Yes?
And then we've got a second squad of Panzer Grenadiers arriving for Alt. And there we go, another bun grenade. No, I thought it was that. Must have seen it wrong. The more conscripts continue to drop. And there we go, finally vacating the premises. Scout car rushing in, but needs to be careful. There's Guards infantry nearby. And there we go, another poor bastard went down to the sniper. A full infantry assault from the north. Likely going to try and pen in that scout car. That's good. No further taking up. Grenadiers are likely going to try and see if they can't keep the Guards infantry at bay, while the scout car then hunts down its Soviet counterpart. Oh, actually looks like it's turning into a full rout for Alt, interestingly enough, in the face of Ras. So that obviously didn't quite work out to his advantage.
Enemy forces are securing our territory. Standing by.
And moving on to the support weapon company, ignoring any armor attempts for the time being, likely going to focus perhaps on some field guns, which is definitely not a bad idea either, as they are quite potent. Guards infantry immediately getting stopped by an MG42, popping over to Raz. And note, by the way, they've already chosen doctrine. I believe for the Germans it was joint strike, and for the Soviets it's guards combined arms. And the scout cars in fact forced away, heavy damage inflicted, although it's already taken 5 German lives itself. Sniper 8, so definitely a lethal combination right there already.
We have taken it.
And we're seeing here that the Raz is now the one dominating most of the map, though clearly Alt is doing his best to preserve manpower and German lives.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
Now even Yuri can hit something.
Orders.
Now even Yuri can hit something. Yes. Quick repairs there on the scout car. Getting it ready once more for battle against the fascist foe. Field gun on the way. At the same time we are seeing a support armor corps going up, so likely some armored support being sent the way of the Jaegers.
Down! Heads down!
Puncher strike on one Panzer Grenadier squad. Now going to try and see if they can't deal with the scout car that way. Of course, perhaps also guard against any armored attempts from the Raz. In case he probably fears that Raz might try some sort of armor rush. Not expecting, of course, that he's going for the support weapon company and then field guns. Panzer strikes flying through the air, splintering the nearby houses' walls, but not quite actually hitting anyone. At most bursting some eardrums, not some bodies. And we are seeing Alt actually overextending himself a bit here. He needs to be careful. And of course, submachine guns already being equipped for Raz's infantry.
The sector is at risk. Under control.
And there we go, Guards infantry giving a nice salvo. The snipers following support. And already veterans won for these ladies.
Field gun standing by. We are losing territory.
And there Fridolin went down.
M3. Scout car reports enemy
Field gun
contact.
also opening up, it seems like. There we go, in fact bombarding the farmhouse with machine gun in it. Causing quite a bit of damage, and a second squad of Guards infantry arrives right there for Raz and the 11th Guards Rifle Division. Grenadiers moving up, coming straight into fire with a lot of units. Larger forces moving north. Script squad hitting the dirt, but they are coming under intense fire, taking severe losses and ultimately routed. Grenadier squad likely to go down the retreat though. But no, they actually make it. The last man legs it. And there you go, veterans one with the scout car conscript hitting. Well, not hitting the dirt, but definitely going hoorah and charging ahead. No Molotovs though, it's going to get close. There you go, Panzer Strike. Oh, very close in the scout car, but does not ultimately connect. And there we go, field gun firing away. Guards infantry lining the nearby road side. Grenade did very little. A shame, a shame. MG42 once more getting into the building. A bit of a bold move, If the field gun decides to open up again.
MG engaging us. Watch out.
Guards infantry moving across, and there we go, grenade against the 2 Panzer Grenadier squad. Ooh, only got one poor fascist. Also sneaking about here in the north. Nothing yet though from the support armor corps. Panzer Grenadiers very much on the run, very low on health, very low on everything.
Engineers have secured the sector.
And troops rushing back to the battlefield as the Soviets keep up the pressure, also keep up the harassment down south. MG crew very low on health, the building barely standing. And there go the armor kiting, and there go another field gun shot. Ooh, blowing up their own cover. Well done, Vladimir.
This territory is ours.
More submachine guns for Raz and his troops.
We are ready to go, comrades.
Sniper continues their reign of terror, although down to one sniper in fact. And there we go, a bit of armor has arrived for the 100th Jaeger Division. A Panzer IV. Conscripts moving out slowly but surely. And a second C3 field gun on the way.
A sector has been cut off.
Conscript peeks his head out a bit too far, but at the same time gives up an opening for an anti-tank grenade on the Panzer IV.
Field gun standing by.
And Alt needs to get it away, needs to get it repaired before the field gun arrives. And there we go, the second field gun arrives as well, increasing the overall field presence of Raz.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
MG doing what he can, slowly edging his way forwards, building to building.
Enemy squad has us sighted. Fire incoming.
And combat engineers up north are running into a bit of a Nazi surprise right there, as Alt's Panzer Grenadiers tear into them most viciously with Sturmgewehrs. At the same time, a force moving south, field gun and troops are moving in, going to hit the rear of the Panzer IV. Panzer IV is in trouble, might go down. Grenadiers doing what they can. There we go, already Friedrich and Fritz are lost. And this... oh, the MG crew went down. Looks like the Guards infantry were able to kill him with an anti-tank rifle. Proving once more that the House of God is not necessarily the best place to be hiding when it comes to large munitions.
Field gun standing.
M3 scout car here.
And Veteran T2 on the sniper system is going to be a problem, as they're not going to have an increased rate of fire. We're also knowing that the tank of the battalion command is going up for us. Conscripts hitting the dirt right here. Panzer's doing what they can here, but they're also very low in health. Oh, Panzer going to squad wiped out there by the Veteran T2 conscripts. Panzer IV once more pushed away, taking heavy and considerable damage from Soviet weapons. Oh! Rifle grenade causes the entire church to collapse, killing the Guards infantry squad in it, leaving a single light machine gun at the church entrance. That was definitely hitting the right weak spot with a rifle grenade. I don't know if there's actually some spots that might work better, I don't know. I don't know how they sort of went about it structurally, but another Panzer squad could go down to the Guards infantry, but it looks like he will make it out of there. Grenadier squad lost a single man to the field gun, but they might be able to secure themselves a light machine. No, they decided not to do it. That was a bit of a shame. Still, looks like, of course, he lost a Guards squad, which hurts nonetheless, in particular since it was his veteran Guards squad. And that Panzer IV is surprisingly enough still there, but it will need repairs, otherwise it's pretty much going to be scrapped in seconds.
Watch out for that scout car.
That sniper's not been pulled back for reinforcement and healing. That's a bit risky play right there by Raz. He could risk that a single shot clears it out. But looks like Raz is building up for an assault. I would like for either of those two to get that light machine gun. And there we go, the G30 rise, and also looks like a recon run is being utilised there by Alt. Going to get an idea of what's going on. Enough, he's not used any of the other doctrinal abilities, for example, no officers to try and support his troops on the field. Which certainly stands out a bit. There we go, T-34 making its way. And popping over to Alt. Who has teched up. Already moved on to the heavy panzer core and is now calling in a Panther. So Panther deciding here that there's no kill like overkill. Apparently feeling very worried there about armor, and looks like an artillery loss inflicted there on the guard squad, down to one man.
The Russians are attacking!
Still though, one lonely sniper with very little health. Panzer IV rolling forwards. Needs to be careful it doesn't get rammed.
T-34 firing on us! Reconnaissance
And
flight ready
quick
at your disposal.
hoorah up there.
A Panther
And
has
an
arrived
anti-tank
from
grenade.
the
And there we go, the Panther arrives from the fatherland. Apparently.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Hitting the dirt there. Panther opens up and... What is this? Oh no! Hit the dirt, of course, also makes them excellent targets for being run over by the tank. Already 4 men of the squad have been crushed beneath the treads of the tank. There was no chance of surviving except retreating, and he was simply too slow. So of course that, I suppose, is one considerable weakness of Hit the Dirt that has been not so much considered, basically just being run over by a tank. Yes, comrade, we are safe from bullets. But that's bigger than a bullet. No. Panther IV moving out there, continuing its reign of destruction. These combat engineers might not make it back home for Borscht. And there we go. Squad is no longer a threat.
Yeah. Contact! Field losing!
Grenadier squad with an anti-tank rifle, and they go ramming the Panzer IV.
Undestroyed.
Calling in another T-34.
Keep it short.
But obviously not very much aware of the presence of the Panther, and there we go, Panzerkampfwagen 5. Oh, quickly buttoning it up with the Guards infantry. T-34 moving in, and then we go field gun also arriving. He's likely going to ram it. And there we go, getting the T-34. Damage already applied to the engine. Panther IV moving in, and there we go, a Panther with a damaged engine and a wrecked main gun. And a single Grenadier squad with a Soviet anti-tank rifle trying to hold the center. If only they had the light machine gun. Panzer IV needs to keep moving. You can't really repair them. That's not a safe position, Alt. Not a safe position. With the main gun wrecked. And there we go, actually bombarding, trying to kill the crew. Repairing the Panzer IV, and then going and doing some damage. But at the same time, it goes down to Panzer Grenadier fire. More Guards moving up to support. Things are certainly looking dangerous. Sniper here. Still need reinforcement and healing. But at the same time, we're also knowing that Alt is losing an awful lot of territory, and currently both of his tanks have pretty much been rendered combat ineffective. And actually getting the troops back into the house. Panzer Grenadiers on the retreat. And the Grenadier squad inside the house might want to consider getting out of there, getting back and getting reinforced.
Our position is under attack!
And down to one man. Come on, Alt. Come on. Rückzug.
That's a grenade!
There we go. Grenade goes off. Guards to take up position in the building. Oh, and he goes down on retreat. So close yet so far. particularly all into veterancy 3. A definite shame right there. Field gun moves up, going to see the can't punish the damaged tanks, while Panzer are going to just do the same to the Soviet ones. Another tank arriving on the horizon. 11th Guard Stripe Division has received a lot of armour to fall, it seems. And scout car down, T-34 down. Conscript in the dirt. Panther somehow trying to survive the presence of the field gun. Needs to be sure it doesn't expose any weaker parts. And Guards infantry continuing to do nasty things as well. Now we're going to... Oh! Just as the Panzer IV is finished! It gets cleared out. What an absolute shame. Bun's grenade against the field gun, clearing it out. Getting the T-34 almost. Veterancy 3 conscripts nearby. Guards infantry moving in. This is definitely a bit of a fight. And then we go, the T-34 goes down. 100 Jaeger Division scores a minor kill. But the pressure continues. The pressure increases. Unrelenting. Still no attempt at calling in an officer.
Our opponents are seizing the sector. Damaged. We flew to core. That's a force standing by.
Oh dear, looks like the Panzer IV might have been immobilized. It can't move. Which pretty much means it's easy target, easy pickings for the field gun. Same with the Panther, unless it can get up behind all of this lumber. It could perhaps still be saved. Panzer IV though is clearly a total write-off.
Enemy contact!
Panzer IV is a combat loss.
And there we go, a full lot of Grenadier squad might go down as well. Things are looking very desperate for Alt. But time to move on to the mid-game analysis. Situation as it stands is not necessarily very good for the Germans. They've been pushed back, they've lost most of the territory, they've suffered heavy damage. I mean, they've also been able to inflict some serious losses on the Russians as well, but of course that could easily be reversed, basically neutralized, in particular if Ras was about to actually do something with his combat engineers since it started mining approaches, because that would make it really hard for Alt, in particular in his current position, to actually get back on the field. He'd also have to worry about mines. Currently though, I don't think we've seen even a single mine from Ras, and of course that's something that could be to the advantage of Alt. Because again, that means there's less worries about when he's trying to attack. He doesn't have to worry about his tanks getting immobilized out of the blue. But overall, currently there's a bit of a problem again. The entire, for example, south is completely unguarded. Most of the forces in the north, and it's also a bit exposed. It's a bit wounded, it's a bit beaten up, and it's got no armor because the tanks have constantly been rammed in and then lost. There's been basically no attempt at even gaining up some sort of decent armor push. He's basically just been using them to damage the guns of the tanks. Of course, that's always useful in function with the field guns, but he's been unable every single time to actually then save the tanks, which basically means he ends up losing a lot of T-34s and thus a lot of resources. Whereas we do see that Mr. Alt actually tried to sort of save his Panthers and actually managed to get one Panther out there, which overall means some of those T-34s have been a bit wasted. And of course, that's also a bit the problem when you just ram in without deeper consideration. You actually end up, well, the enemy just pulling out his tank and repairing it. So you sort of have to think a bit about it from time to time. What I do think Mr. Alt ought to do is actually try and get in an officer, get in perhaps some more armor, and actually push out in sort of a more coherent fashion through the center, try to divide up Ras for most of his territory once more, trying to strangle him that way, and also try to be a bit more mobile this time around, shifting a bit more about and trying to secure some of his equipment. For Ras, he needs to mine. He needs to mine all the vital crossroads, all the vital junctions, going to make it very much more difficult for Alt to move out and maneuver about freely, which is really what he wants to do. He wants to make it as difficult for Alt to actually attack. Currently he's not quite doing that. His forces are spread out, and the only thing he's really got pointing in the direction of the enemy really is a single field gun and a scout car with a sniper very low on health. And again, that sniper needs to be pulled back and reinforced, otherwise in fact he's close to veterancy 3, and if she's lost, I mean that's just going to be a huge waste of a veterancy 3 sniper, which could be inverted by being pulled back to the base, reinforced and healed up, except he doesn't have the medic upgrade, which is then also something Raz might want to consider. But again, mines heal the sniper and sort of form up a more cohesive front line, or at least setting up a reserve to counterattack the Germans if they try to do anything. Currently, again, he's very much strung out and only on one part of the map, which could, if Old decides to strike in the right place with the right forces, could make all the difference. Of course, question is, can he do that and will he do that? But again, a small officer might help his infantry get a bit more out of themselves. But let's return to the fight. Sniper continues to rain death on the Panzer gun. It is the Panzer was like going to shame the car catch. Oh, veterans are free. Down to one man though. Sniper still alive, but again, with every shot, with every hit, alive becomes more and more relative.
Our lines of supply are disrupted.
But there we go. Most of the territory is currently Soviet, and we're seeing another T-34 coming out there. That is the 4th T-34. And currently they have about the same life expectancy as a fruit fly. Perhaps less. But there we go. Panther's still at work, and we are in fact seeing now that Old, of course, has realised that it's not going to get much from pushing up here, so he's shifting his direction of attack to the south, but of course he's hoping that the defences will be a lot less. Of course, the T-34 is already moving down to block that approach, but of course if the Panther gets ready again, that of course will cause a problem. We're also noting a sniper, interestingly enough, but still, kein Offizier. Kein Offizier. And there we go, T-34 moving in. Panther almost ready, almost. And there we go. Panther is ready once more to join battle. Machine gun also being upgraded.
We are down to 300 points.
And of course further sniper fire, and there we go, a veterans fleet sniper. Firing considerably faster now. And looks like, of course, that Raz is reacting with full force, but at the same time could have been a diversion as Pioneers are now sent on a northbound path to take advantage, of course, of this. Panther moves in, there has to be careful again, doesn't want to get close. And Sniper could go down. There we go. Down, down. And there we go. Panther gets the Sniper high, goes around, causes a bit of shrapnel to fly out and kill the rest of the bit there. So again, should have been pulled back and reinforced, but no. Raz kept pushing it, and ultimately he pushed too hard, and he ultimately lost his veterans free sniper. Absolutely huge loss right there for the Soviet Union, for the 11th Guards Rifle Division. Field gun is moving up. Panzer gun is trying to take out that T-34. Very close to doing so, very close. Panther taking heavy damage. Oh, might go down to the veterans 2 field gun, by the way, which does increase damage. Shot bounces off the heavy frontal armor of the Panther. Sniper needs to clear it up. Come on, one more shot, and there we go. As it gains veterans free, Sniper Koenig gets one of the gunners. Will the Guards infantry be set to man it, or will they try their luck with the anti-tank rifles? Oh, Panther down. Meanwhile, another T-34. That's another one. Makes short work of the Pioneers up north. Terrible news. Panzer come back here on the way to support the 100th Jaeger Division. Sniper doing what he can, continuing to end the lives of Guardsmen. Heavy losses. Raz continues to dominate, but he also continues not to put down any mines, which again is allowing Old to continue considerably more unimpeded than probably should be the case. And he's also using the sniper very aggressively here to seize territory. Of course, he's also quite desperate. And there we go. Quickly see the Guards infantry pushing him off. And back to Raz, getting himself another sniper, another scout car. So clearly we know where he's going to go with that, just as another Panzer IV arrives.
We have taken it.
What? The enemy is reduced to 200 units are here.
We have it.
Conscripts moving up. And there we go, Panzer IV opening up the Guards Infantry, T-30 moving in. Likely going to ram it again, and likely going to lose another T-34 that way. And there we go, straight into the Lion's Den. In this case, the den of the Panzer Grenadiers. Which again is a bit the problem for France. It keeps end up wasting a lot of T-34s that way, rather than trying to build up a decent force of them, so you can actually have other T-34s then covering the first one, blowing out the Panzer Grenadiers with the Panzer X. Again, that's a bit of his problem. He's too reckless with his T-34s, and of course you need to be a certain amount of reckless with them, but he's too reckless. And ultimately, he's not doing much except slightly delaying the Panzer IVs. He needs something to deliver the killing blow, and half the time he doesn't have that. So that's something he needs to work on, not just aimlessly ramming in T-34s, as if trying to work his way towards an achievement.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Panzer Gunners attacking from every angle. Panzer IV moving out. Panzer Gunners going to chip, they can't get it. Snipers getting in. Oh dear, conscripts have hit the dirt. Veterans fleet conscripts, there we go. Last man gets crushed just as he lobs an anti-tank grenade up underneath the Panzer IV. A heroic death, but ultimately a bit pointless, as the damage will be quickly and swiftly repaired by Pioneers. 11th Guards Drive Division still retains some veteran troops, but they also suffer quite a lot, and again a lot of tanks have basically been thrown away.
Scout car.
So of course the question becomes, what will Raz's response be to this? As his infantry is slowly being drained and bled white.
Engineer standing by.
And he's losing some of his most veteran troops. Basically being crushed by it, and we also noting here that he's actually got a Sturmwix strafing run ready if he deems that necessary. Ooh, sneaking up there behind the Panzer IV, like going to get off an anti-tank grenade. There we go, and veterans free at the same time. Hurrah!
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
Further losses, further losses. And another sniper out for Alt. Interesting, interesting.
Infantry fire incoming! We have lost the comrade!
No field guns, by the way, no recruit guns. And there we go, heavy losses on the Guards Infantry. Panzer IV rolling forwards like a fortress. This light machine gun still hasn't been secured by anyone. And we're seeing a desperate rush here by Alt for every single victory point to stop the bleeding of points. Things are looking a bit desperate, and still we're not seeing actually him using much of his doctrine. He's still only used one ability, whereas we do see a bit more overall usage by Alt of his doctrinal abilities. Hit the dirt, Guards Infantry, SMGs.
Double your efforts.
Whereas we've only seen Alt basically once use his reconnaissance run. Sniper inside the building though, taking quite a few shots.
Our unit count is increasing.
Needs to be careful.
We have been decorated for valor. Keep me ready. Stay low. Now this
Panzer IV doing what they can while being repaired. Conscript going to attack. Oh, combining this with flamethrowers. Oh, another loss. Another light machine gun dropped. Oh, and the Guard Squad got wiped out. 3 light machine guns covering the map.
We are losing territory.
Panzers, if they were to secure it, yes indeed, they're definitely going to get more out of that light machine gun with their veterancy free accuracy bonus.
We're builders, not killers. Why are they shooting at us?
Guard squad ready.
This territory is ours. We are ready to build it or blow it.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Continued securing of
This
points.
territory is ours.
Panzer IV a bit more mobile. In fact, noting here a mechanized armor company going up for Raz. having decided that perhaps he's not getting as much out of his T-34s as the fact that he's throwing them away, opting for something he's less likely to try and just ram into a wall and not preserve, thus going for the Mechanized Armour Company. Panzer are going to lead the assault right here.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
And there we go, scout car moving up, needs to be careful. If it gets too close, it's going to end up very dead. And there we go, might happen. There we go, one hit, one more, and it's good night scout car. But still, very nice handling, and of course. And there we go, Sturmovik strafing run. Bit of a wide arc in the first place. Crushing a guardsman, and already there the Panzer gunner is out of the zone of danger by the looks of it. Another veterancy fleet conscript squad. In fact, we're seeing RAS is very, very low on infantry, down to 2 squads. That is definitely not looking too well. Reinforcing.
Standing by. We have a DP-28. Give us a target.
White scout car, ready for orders. We need to re-establish our supply lines. Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
Desperately working on that scout car, and we are seeing the Su-85 on the way. To be expected, to be expected.
Replacements have arrived. The enemy is taking what we
And all this once we're making progress, he's taking out a lot of damage. And again, Raz has thrown a lot of resources out, just ramming the T-34s in on that without anything to really deliver follow-up punch most of the cases. I mean, if you're going to ram a T-34, be sure to have something to follow up and hopefully cover it. If you're just intending to ram it in and then not have any sort of hope of recovering it, then you probably should be ramming it in the first place. But there we go. Su-85 arrives, another squad of Guards infantry. Raz finally realizing he needs more infantry, he needs more boots on the ground. Oh, blitzkrieging in, going, oh, getting bad, but still going to try and see if he can't crush some infantry. There we go. Oh, nice hit. Guards infantry is so bunched up, they get murdered. He needs to retreat now. And there we go, Su-85 over top of the Panzer IV. Panzer IV still blitzkrieging, which also means besides it's moving faster, it's actually harder to hit. Su-85 moving up, Panzer IV trying to get out of there. Things are getting very close, very heated up in the victory point department. Field gun moving up, but it's blocking the way for the Panzer IV's desperate retreat.
Yes, comrade.
Fuel cache up now for alt.
You need something demolished.
Still no mines for Raz, but still also fighting over the victory point. And that veterancy free squad of conscripts heading north.
Fascist pigs are trying to kill us.
We are losing supplies to the enemy. Under infantry attack! Go! Assault gun in the fight!
Violence continues. And you might see another Su-85 very soon out for Raz. He's likely going to attempt getting another one. Also knowing now a half-track has arrived to support the 100th Jaeger Division. But of course also knowing that Raz isn't really getting much, alt is not getting much out of his doctrine. Which again makes it a bit awkward. And looks like he lost the Panzer Grenadier squad, but getting another one, and looks like he's receiving a Panzerwerfer in support, which was also receiving some slight cooldown on its barrage, so it doesn't take so long to fire.
The enemy is taking our territory.
We are ready for action. It's done.
We have been assigned fresh Panzer Grenadiers.
And there we go, the Panzer Grenadiers are ready.
Rocket vehicle has arrived.
Interesting enough, no attempts at upgrading some of his Grenadiers with light machine guns, but of course might be taking munitions for Panzer Schrecks. Duel sending off a bit there, Panzer wing it. Oh, conscripts have hit the dirt! And the natural, well, predator of the hit the dirt conscript, of course, is the tank, immediately crushing it beneath their treads. Which I suppose is a slightly different counter than what you're used to, just basically something to drive it over with. Panzerwerfer not having much success with that barrage, but there we go, as predicted. Second H-85.
I am becoming a legend!
Sniper determined to become a legend as he reaches Veterans 1. Guards infantry making a run for the field gun. Panzers providing support, more pioneers rushing in. And looks like Raz is going to make a northern push with the H-85s, going to perhaps even try and flank the German positions. And looks like he finally got the scout car, the snipers make it out of there alive. But for how long? Dun dun dun. Swiftly moving up north into the open arms of the Grenadiers. Field gun opens up, first shot though fails to penetrate the frontal arm of the H-85. And the last sniper is on the run. And the Panzerwerfer is ready to fire off another barrage. And there we go. Veterans and Free Guards infantry, but didn't really do much except damage some of them somewhat. And rather looks like Raz is a bit unsure. His S-85s are not that much reactive weapons. He can't quickly use them to respond to a threat as the T-34s. If only he had preserved his T-34s a bit better, he might be in a better position now. But instead he hadn't, and now Mr. Alt is returning with a vengeance. And we're actually seeing that Alt is laying down mines. Which says a lot. Nega pushing up, support by Sniper. And a smaller now southern push. And we're seeing a Katusha out. Bombarding the German central positions. Trying to soften up the middle defense. While they continue to push hard for the north. Raz launching several attacks, but needs to be careful he doesn't overextend himself. The H-85s on the other hand already been dealt with there. There was not enough infantry to support it, whereas up in the north there's not enough anti-tank. And we do see that the Panzer IV gets veterancy too. Definitely bad news right there for Raz. A last desperate push. And blitzkrieging away. Oh, it's gone. Oh! And he scores! Sniper ball! Yes, let's be serious. Oh, I'm a terrible person. Anyways. Game over here. Alt played nicely, so did Raz. But again, Raz was a bit too callous with his T-34s. He didn't quite have a plan to do something after he'd actually rammed in several cases and basically kept on losing them. He didn't provide enough protection, and ultimately he wasted a lot of tanks for sometimes little gain as well. So that was a bit pointless in some cases. He didn't quite think them as other things, you know, than ramming into stuff. Alt could of course also utilize destruction a bit more, you know. For example, the artillery field officer would have been nice to see in action, supporting its infantry a bit. But overall he did well. Of course, another mistake from Raz was not mining at all. I mean, he could have really made it much harder for Alt getting back on the field. But ultimately Alt did quite well with his infantry. With his armour, he was actually better preserving it. Well, basically overall playing. Of course, Raz, of course, did quite well. He was quite aggressive. He made good use of his scout car, but again, he also made that slight flaw, which turned out to be a huge problem, which again was not reinforcing and repairing or healing up that sniper, which ultimately ended up in a wasted sniper, which could have been preserved and really putting up a lot of pressure in the longer run as well. So that was really a problem Raz had there. That, of course, no healing up there, and in some cases, you know, hitting the dirt and not retreating while the tank was running over your men. So, I mean, nicely played from both sides, but ultimately all played better, did better, and, you know, also utilised his veterancy abilities a bit more, you know, blitzkrieg again, very important, not just for sending snipers flying. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, why not send in the replay, subscribe, all that stuff. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.